Dead Workers Party on Smite, episode 24, recorded on October 25th, 2013!
Episode 25th, 2013. That's when it's recorded.
I'm Brent Kovler.
I am Wes Wilson.
I'm Eric Fullerton.
And I'm Afro Monkey.
And things have gone downhill quickly.
Bam. Just like that. Oh, yeah.
We have a guest
Wes's
here.
penis.
My penis? My penis?
I got caught in the middle of the word. Can we say that? Oh,
Penis?
I'm offended. That is not what I am at all.
That's a physical object on a person. We can say that.
Penis?
That's
Yeah.
It's a medical term.
It's a new god coming out next week.
I think we're definitely
Did
going to
you
become
know
the
that
official
my
Smite
penis
podcast.
plays
Yeah.
the trombone? Did you know that?
High Res is on the
did
phone
not.
right now.
Bump, 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 bump.
So your penis blows something.
I did not
Oh.
say that word.
Oh, blows?
I said penis.
Penis.
Can we stop?
Oh, yeah. And we have Nivicaris here.
So,
So there's 5 of us this week. And
And it's about to be 4 of us.
Well, yeah, when
4 of you.
when Wes dies of laughing.
so howdy, folks.
hi.
What? Holy
That was
creepy.
adorable.
That was great. So, Kevin, what have you been up to this week?
God, I've been playing a lot of Wukong.
Really?
And yeah,
The new one.
he's really fun.
How is that?
He is good.
He's awesome. I really like his 72 transformations.
Yes.
That's what's really cool because it basically gives him 3 different things to do. I mean, it's basically 3 different skills all in one, so that's awesome.
So why didn't they name it 3 transformations?
Because that doesn't sound as fancy.
And because it's part of his lore. So,
His boar?
his lore.
Oh, his lore.
Yeah, that Sun Wukong mastered 72 transformations.
But we only
But you
get
can
to
only
play
use
with
3.
of
It's,
them.
you know, it's
Yeah.
Yeah.
72 would be
Detail.
way
Well, they
too
didn't figure
many
that
details.
your ability to turn to like a dolphin would be very helpful.
Yeah.
So,
Like
Right.
every just like centimeter of the line as you scroll out is a new animal. Maybe they'll add more in as the years go by.
centipede,
Yes.
Penguin.
caterpillar.
koala.
Yeah. Sloth.
Koala?
Panda.
Anyway, his
Bear?
abilities also. They
We just keep going all night. Bipolar bear.
Bipolar bear. Roar! Hi! Roar! How's it going? It's a bipolar bear for you. It's cold up here. Anybody got an igloo? Roar! I don't know, I don't know what's going on with that
We're
one.
making Good over there. Good, are you broken? Hey.
All right. Continue, Nivicaris.
so they also flow really well into one another, so that's cool. His 1 has a really long range, and that's nice. You just whip it out right in front of everyone, and
Whoa, whoa.
Oh.
Dude,
Usually gets good
let's
results.
keep
That
this
is
clean.
inappropriate.
That is really, come on. College kids, what are they doing these days?
but he's a lot of fun.
Whipping it out, evidently.
I recommend anyone play
front of
him. He might
everybody.
even be a little OP right now. I've done I don't know. Somehow I've done really well with him. Like I've gone at least 3-1 most of the matches I've played. And even like the first time I played with him. So maybe he's a little OP.
Yeah,
His eagle
I was just about
goes
to
a little
say,
far, a little fast.
Yeah.
I can't wait till he gets nerfed.
Yeah, he's probably going to get nerfed. He's pretty...
How do you, so while we're talking about nerfs, how do you feel about the Kronos nerf?
I'm happy that it happened.
Really?
Yeah.
Because this way, other people will feel like that Kronos being nerfed was a good thing, and they'll be like, oh, he's not OP anymore, but he really is still. So that way...
So explain the
they're
nerf
appeased,
for everybody.
and then I can just continue to own.
Hey,
So how did he get
Kevin,
nerfed?
Wes asked, or Eric asked you a question.
How did Kronos get nerfed? Are you
Yeah.
talking about the nerf that happened a while back, Wes?
The one that was like 2 weeks ago, right?
Yeah, his 2, the speed increase that it gives was lowered. It's like 4, 8, 12, 16, 20 now, instead of being, I think it was 5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
I like that though. So why is it that faster is better?
Well, they made it slow. No, they made it slower.
Are you really asking that?
That's what she
Are
said.
you really?
I am.
So, is there any character that you would be willing to accept slower on?
So when you're faster, it's harder to aim at enemies,
Okay.
right?
Well,
Yes
Actually-
and no. Yes and
a lot of
no.
the abilities have really big hitboxes, though.
Especially freaking Chronos' 3. It has a huge hitbox. So
So,
Well, I'm thinking
you're-
more of even his basic attacks have a pretty big hitbox.
I mean, faster is better against the enemy because when I'm playing Anubis, it's harder to stun him or wrap him or whatever.
Right.
Or his Neath, or anybody to target somebody who's so fast. But
Yeah.
I always notice, like in a late game when I'm playing against Kronos, he's so fast, he's whipping around, he's totally missing me, and I'm standing still. I'm standing there, he's like, wah, 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 wah.
Well, you're just playing really bad Chronoses then, because I don't miss.
Oh.
So
Oh.
I mean, if you have a good Twitch aim, I
You
guess.
heard it here. Bad
I do
Chronos.
his. I've gotten really, especially with his one. I've gotten really good at just being able to like pinpoint that on people. Like I don't know. It's probably just because I played him so much that I've really gotten the Twitch aim with Kronos at least. So
Okay.
that might be it. The yeah. I mean, I've seen a lot of people that. I mean, people say Kronos is OP even in like r/Smite. He's kind of talked about as an OP god still.
Yeah.
But in a lot of matches that I played when I was trying out Sun Wukong, especially, there were other Chronoses in the match, and they were just, I don't know, they definitely weren't OP. So
how fast is too fast? Like, we're
apparently
talking
what he was before was too fast.
We're talking what? 550 is his top speed now?
I think
or?
when you get too fast for love, it's too fast.
So
As Motley
Brent-
Crue once wrote.
Brent's not going
Insane.
to talk anymore.
It's a trap.
I'm just
So-
keeping it real.
keeping it rear.
Rear.
I don't know. I mean, there are people. I mean, I don't know. I don't really know.
So you think it
I
should
guess-
slow down a little more?
I think the key to nerfing Kronos would just be slowing his attack speed.
Okay.
But
I actually don't think his
I want
attack
you to
speed is
actually,
crazy
Eric,
as it
you
used
edit
to
that
be.
out because I don't want high-res to know that.
I,
Well,
I
don't worry,
actually
I
I think
would.
to the
Kronos,
show.
you would nerf Kronos if they raised his attack speed. He's just too slow. But the thing is, if he was fast enough, I mean, it would make it harder to aim. Yeah, that's it. And
Yeah.
Yeah,
work.
that.
So
Yeah,
let's
that's
do
the
that.
ticket.
If
faster.
if he were slow, it would not be good.
Yeah, he'd be
God.
way too good if he was slow. They should speed him up.
Okay, so what you been doing, Afro Monkey?
Basically being belligerent at people who can't hear me.
Yes, our toxic community of Smite all being
I recorded it, and I'm going to post some of it on Monday probably. But
nice.
I started my vacation and decided that I was going to start drinking. And after 2 sips of beer, I was yelling at Arnesia, who was stranger danger, didn't know him, wasn't on the call. I yelled at him the entire match. Because they were just running into the middle of the enemy team and dying. And I'm like, what? There's no purpose to that. What's wrong with you? Have you ever played this game before? Apparently not, because you keep dying.
True.
I kept
So you
talking
were-
like
you were
this all
that
the
guy.
time.
You're more of a Batman, I think. Like an angry Batman.
What are you talking about?
There you go.
No,
There's
no,
the.
that's not it.
I'm back.
It sounds like this.
Let loose the Batman.
I can't
You
do
gotta
it.
do it like this.
Swear to me.
Okay, so Wes, how was your week?
Uninstall the game.
That's fantastic. I've been doing the same stuff I've been doing. Playing a lot of Bacchus.
Lucas.
Trying to dig into Chronos, but dying a lot.
Oh, yeah.
So
Sweet. Eric, your week?
So Arachne a lot, and then after the patch dropped, they adjusted the worshiper levels, and then all of a sudden I went from 8 mastery to 16 mastery. I doubled overnight.
Crazy.
And then my Bakasura all of a sudden was level 2. He used to be level 1. I just got a boost in everybody, and then I was like, you know what? Neath hit 6, so I was like, all right, so maybe Neath is going to be my first legendary, and then or maybe Anubis, one of the two. I've been playing those hardcore a lot. I've had some great matches this week. I've had a couple of crappy matches where a couple people singled me out and were laughing at me. And I told them to stop typing and play, and that made them really angry. So I muted a guy, and I just said muted, period, and muted the guy. That was it.
I love that you told him.
Well, yeah, I was just like, I'm done. Like, if you're gonna keep talking to me and you're waiting for a response, then now at least you know why I'm not going to say anything. Oh, also, I have a new thing where so I go to Google Translate and I type in the words, I don't understand you, or I don't understand what you're saying, right? Whatever. And I'll translate it to Romanian because it has like funky symbols, and I'll copy it in my clipboard, and I'm ready for the troll, and whenever I get a troll, I'll paste it real quick, right? So it's just a bunch of weird symbols. So every time anybody tries to talk to me, they get a bunch of weird symbols. And on the weird chance that they actually know Romanian, they'll be like, oh, maybe this guy doesn't understand English. Huh? Brilliant. Now I don't have to even deal with the trolls.
Speaking of trolls, there was a guy in a match I played earlier today that basically just dog cussed every member of the team except me. I don't understand it. I did horribly that match.
Was his name
Yeah.
Brent?
No.
No,
I would have expected it from Brent.
No, I want in on this because speaking of trolls, maybe this should be a new segment. Speaking of trolls,
Nice.
Well,
I like that.
let me finish this one because
Okay.
we get out of the match and
See what it is.
I'm like, dude, you dog cussed everybody on our team except me, and I had reported the guy. Like as soon as we got out of the match, I reported the guy because it was just belligerent, like beyond my belligerent.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, you were doing your job. You were like clearing minions and stuff, and you got like that one snipe.
did you say, dude, that is so racist?
I know.
In Romanian.
Like,
I know.
no,
But-
did you didn't.
No,
It's all about
I
foreign
didn't.
You didn't
language.
go there.
No, I just went ahead and reported his ass.
Good.
Oh, yeah.
And then he said what though? He said you were doing your job, and
But well,
so I'm not gonna yell at you.
You know, he's not going to yell at me because I'm filling that role that Neath has, especially early in game, of keeping control of the minions. But he was dying just as much as the people he was yelling at. In fact, one of the times he was typing his message to yell at somebody, he died typing it. And I'm like, how can you say someone is like, his record was like, he had 10 kills, he had 9 deaths, and like 8 assists. I'm like, how can you say someone's so horrible when you, of the effect on the game, you were positive 1 kill,
Yeah.
and that was it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
I was negative, and most of the other people were negative or maybe like 1 kill, but he didn't have that huge of an impact in the game. So why are you dog cussing them when you suck as well?
Yeah.
You know, that reminds me of a game that I think we played last night, or it was 2 nights ago, where we won. It was me, Eric, Wes, and Brent, I think, and a random guy. And we won, and we had an Agni on our team. And in the chat afterwards, one of the people on the other team, they were getting like mad at each other. And one of them was like, Agni was the worst player on they team, son.
On day team, son. Yeah, that's right. That's what he said.
So he was being mean to our Agni. And our Agni was like 8 and 6. I mean, he wasn't bad and we won by a lot, I think. It was like it was like 100 points or something.
Yeah.
They were
They
just
were pretty
looking
well.
for something to pick at so they
were.
didn't feel as bad about losing.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're a bunch of
Losers.
nubs.
So they didn't feel so bad, son.
Yeah. What,
Yeah,
what about
son.
the game that we all just played right before this podcast? 200-point spread. Victory, son.
This is a domination. We don't play
That's good.
domination much.
No, I did Arachne.
But after that game, we probably should play domination more.
Yeah, I'm
We
scared
should.
maybe people would stop playing Smite if we dominate.
Nivicaris
like
had
that.
20 kills in that one.
I did okay.
Pretty
It was fine.
It was
Yeah.
fine.
He's like, whatever.
What else? 20 kills. What else?
I got a few deaths, so I did terribly.
So
I died.
and I played Aphrodite in it because that's the next. I'm trying to get to 12 gods so I can do some ranked stuff, and Aphrodite's like my next highest on the list. So I'm like, okay, I'll start playing Aphrodite, and so I need like 10 more worshippers, and I'll be there, and then 1 more god. Then I'll have my 12 because I'm at
Sweet.
10.
Oh yeah, I got rank 1 Poseidon and rank 1 I got Sun Wukong to rank 1 actually
Wow.
already.
Man, you've been playing a lot.
But I guess
Yeah.
it doesn't really count since I only need 50 worshippers for him. So
I think I got Freya when they changed the rules and I got worshippers. Or no, I didn't get worshippers. I just lowered the threshold.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no, I didn't get her. I was like on the cusp that we lost 2 games.
Yeah. You had to finally take a break from Neath. That's weird that they did that. I don't know.
I don't really like because it's the rank ones, they don't feel as impressive anymore.
Well, I see why. I kind of see why they did it, because they want people to play ranked.
Yeah, I get that.
And the way it was set up, people were probably taking a while because they found their favorites and they wanted to play their favorites. Like, I want to play Neath. I want to get her up to 10 before I really focus on another god.
Yeah.
And a lot of other people probably are the same way, so they weren't playing. But when you see you have a god where you need, 6 worshipers or however many worshipers to get them to rank 1, it's a little bit more incentive. I wouldn't have played Freya if they hadn't changed it.
Yeah.
Just play more, son.
Yeah. Well,
Son.
I've been playing pretty much every day.
Yeah.
It's not like I'm playing for hours and hours, but I've played enough to where I'm getting some progress on getting Neath to 10, and that is my.
You're going pretty fast too. You got 7 now. Right?
Yeah, my short-term goal is to get Neath to 10. Once I get Neath to 10, then I'll start focusing on leveling up other gods so I can play ranked, and then I'll probably lose badly in ranked.
I'm ready for ranked. I'm just scared of it.
Yeah,
Scaredy cat.
I'll probably get into ranked and be like, yeah, this is nice and everything, but I think I'm just going to go back and play.
We should we should practice or something, guys. We get in ranked as a team.
Well, then, do they do ranked
No,
teams?
it's solo.
all
Conquest
Oh,
solo.
they don't have that? Oh, dang it.
Yeah,
I mean, other than that,
that is a
we do
big
leagues.
change in the leagues is that Arena is now in League.
Yeah.
So you
Yeah.
can either do Conquest League or Arena League, which I was kind of surprised about that.
Yeah.
And we'll talk more about that in the patch notes. So let's go ahead and hit on this because there's a ton, and that's pretty much going to be the show. So if you called in, I know we have like 50 call-ins. We're going to have to save them for the next show.
Save them for me to listen to before I go to bed.
Sounds good.
Kinda weird.
So
Yep.
one of the biggest things was a new god or an old god reborn, which was
Yeah.
Sun Wukong.
Sun Wukong.
And it's kind of sad because really all he got was his name. Like, there wasn't anything really all that similar other than maybe having a cudgel.
Yeah. He
Yeah.
has a tail like a monkey.
Well,
Yeah.
that's the story. That's Ao Kwang's staff, right?
Is it?
In lore, that he took Ao Kwang's staff.
Hold on. Wikipedia, here I
His
come.
his staph infection.
I got this, Brent. Brent, just keep talking.
Okay, so he's got 4 abilities, like all gods, with his passive being undefeated body. So when Sun Wukong is below 50% health, he gains 10% critical chance and plus 20 protections, plus another 1% critical chance and 1 protections for his current level. Now, I think, wasn't it you, Kevin, saying that you didn't really like that?
Say again?
I was talking to someone last night or the night before that the passives that
Oh, yeah. I didn't like the passive because it encourages you to be not at full health. And I think that's very dangerous to not be at full health. Ever.
Right.
Yeah.
And I kind of agree
So-
with that. I think there's I think there's some room for it, but yeah, you're right. Like if you want people full health on your team, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
True.
And if they're like, "But my passive shares, if it's lower, I get more this or that," you're like, "No, that's not how you're supposed to use it, though. Really."
Now, if you did build Sun Wukong as a tank, then that would actually not be so bad.
Nice.
But otherwise, it's just, I mean, the other thing I have the issue with is when you are below 50, it has this, I mean, have you any of you guys played him yet?
Yes, I played
You
him a
notice
bunch.
that it has like the
I did a
the
tank
particle
one
effects. You know, like all the particle effects on him,
yeah,
they're like little
you start
swirly.
glowing yellow.
Yeah, exactly. It looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
And I actually don't like that either, because then it's like, oh, I look cool if I'm low health. So
Then
I
you
should
know
be
you
low
gotta
health.
attack that dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and you'll want to get to where you look cool, so you're like, "Come and hit me, take
Yeah,
damage."
exactly.
So he also has the magic cudgel from Ao Kwang.
Cudgel.
It grows in length, and he slams it down, damaging all enemies in front of him. That's a pretty dangerous thing. And then Master's Will is his 3, and he strikes around him, damaging and knocking up enemies. And this is kind of like Sobek's 2. The tail whip knocks people up in the
And-
Well, it's a big
Ranks.
stick.
Brent, I did look it up. It is indeed Ao Kwang's staff.
There we go. I
Friggin'
win.
Big old beat down stick.
It weighs 8.1 tons. So that's a little interesting lore.
Well, maybe
It's
if
a
he
heavy
put it
staff.
down, he could beat the crap out of people with his fist.
Very heavy.
Pretty strong.
Beat the crap out of some minions.
On his last, his ultimate is 72 transformations, which oddly...
No, that's his 3. Keep going.
Oh, sorry. Yeah,
his 3 is
Man, I
Master's
got
Will.
the... Oh, because of the passive. The passive always screws me up, because I always come
Yeah,
back.
I know.
yeah.
Me too.
So, screw the numbers. His 3 is 72 transformations, which oddly enough gives him 3 transformations. The eagle, the tiger, and the ox.
The oxen.
And this is basically, you know how the mouse back and forth works on a lot of abilities. As you push it up, it changes the animal. So his closest
that.
one is the ox, the middle one is the tiger, and the last one is the eagle. Is that right?
Yep.
Yep.
So his ox basically knocks enemies aside.
It's kind of like Tears.
Yeah, Tyr's defense stance.
Yes, that one.
Yeah.
Knock around. The tiger is a stun, basically, when he hits the first enemy.
Mm-hmm.
And that will hit minions, though, right?
Yep, it does.
So you got to watch out for minions. And then
It's very
eagle
annoying.
is like his escape or get back into lane. So he'll go faster. And he's immune to slow root and knock.
And he goes pretty fast, too.
And you
Yeah,
can't
it's
attack or
very
anything.
annoying when you're Neath and you see
Like,
him really low, and you see him flying across the map, and like, gotta aim, I can't aim. He's
Yeah.
moving too fast.
Yeah. So-
One less beer, son.
Yeah.
The tiger also, it lasts pretty long when you're in tiger form. Like, I've caught some people pretty far away that I did not think I was going to get to them. And the tiger,
It-
lasted just long enough.
Actually, I don't think it was the last match we played, but the match before that, the arena that we played. I think he caught up with me. I backflipped away from him, and he caught up with me in tiger form and killed me. And I'm like, what the? But I backflipped. That's not fair.
Yeah.
Got away. And he's
But,
like, I
like-
tiger flipped. Tiger beats flip.
Yeah, his tiger stun is kind of weak though. I mean, it's not that awesome. Like, so at level 5, it does 1.4 seconds. That's like less than a full on Anubis stun or a Neath stun, which is 2 seconds. So it's not that bad.
Well,
but then
but-
again, it's a 3-parter. You know, it's like
And also, if someone is low enough on health,
It's also doing 380 damage.
yeah,
Base damage.
yeah, and it's
Yeah.
damage base.
Damage,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
and if someone's low enough on health that you're using it on them to chase them down, it's enough to stun them long enough for you to kill them.
Yeah.
Yeah. If they're low, yeah.
So, and I know the movement in the ox is like Vimana's
Umbrella.
umbrella
Yeah.
thing. You got a kind of like a wide arc. You can't really steer it. How are the other two, the tiger and the eagle?
The tiger's like that, too. It's just faster.
Mm-hmm.
But the eagle turns on a dime. The eagle's very
maneuverable.
quick.
Yeah,
Very easy to control.
I've noticed that.
Okay.
Yep.
It's like Mario Kart accuracy.
And his last one's kind of weird. It's he leaps up into the air, produces a mirror image of himself that'll sit there and attack the nearest target, and then he can basically do the other tier, like land and do damage on people.
Yeah, I
It's
hate
a
that too.
Leap damage.
So yeah, that is weird. So at level 5, it does 340 damage, which isn't that much. But when you leap up, you can sit there for like days and days.
Well,
And then you have like the clone,
Okay.
which is a dumb clone, right? All it does is basic attacks. It runs,
It-
and like it will run inside your base and start beating you up.
Okay, what happened
And
to
it's
me
like,
earlier
oh
today,
yeah, it's just the clone.
and I'm not sure if it was because I fired my ult before he leapt up, and he leapt up as it was traveling to him, but he leapt up into the cloud, and my ult killed his clone. And
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
like,
Yeah.
I've ulted the clone. At best, it kills your cooldown for your ult because you freak out and you see him running towards you like an idiot, like, I'm running towards you with basic attacks. And then me as Anubis, I'm like, psst, laser face. And then he jumps down at me. I'm like, oh, I already used
no,
my ult.
I was far enough away. I saw that he was low, and I fired my ult going, I'm going to snipe this fool. I'm going to kill him. And it killed his clone, and then he leapt down somewhere else and got
lived.
away.
Yeah.
And you know, it's a
Sucks.
pretty funny glitch that they just fixed in the little glitchy patch. But if you had god names on, it would show Sun Wukong decoy above it.
Oh, I wish they had never fixed that thing.
And I actually thought for a while, I thought that was on purpose because I've had the god names on for so long that I forgot it wasn't like that by default. So I was like, oh, it's supposed to tell you that.
Wow.
But now, no, you're not supposed like. It's supposed to be. You're not supposed to know. Like, yeah.
And it wasn't that that it fooled me. It's just when I fired my ult, and I think he knew I was about to fire it. He ulted himself and got away, and I'm like, damn it.
Yeah.
Now I gotta wait, and what is it, a minute and a half to
90 seconds.
Yeah,
or
to ult again.
Yeah.
Jerk face.
Wow.
I know.
So he also regenerates while he's up there, and if you kill his decoy, you will see him on the cloud floating there. So,
Yeah.
it does help to kill his thing, I guess.
Yeah.
We also got some new skins. We got the Sun Wukong Silver Sage. The Jingle Hell card. The skin has been updated, and it's seasonal, so it's not available now, but it will be available during
2 months.
during holiday season. So, and that's what I'm inferring from what they're saying here. And we kind of wondered that last week if they would come back. We kind of assumed they would, but
Yeah.
And speaking of seasonal, by the time the episode after this is released, the Thanatos skin will no longer be available.
it's November 4th.
Yeah, I'm kind of thinking about buying it, even though I don't
Yeah.
play Thanatos,
Me
but one
too.
day I might play it and really like it, and
Same
then
here.
get pissed off that I don't own it.
Exactly.
I don't
Exactly.
have the gems.
I
don't have the gems.
I don't have the gems, but the
It's
only
like-
money I've spent on high res has been to get the God pack.
Yeah.
And other than that, I haven't spent any money on them. And I played. It's one of the few games that I play a lot, so I want to support the company.
So basically,
I like
his
that, how that
skin
sounds.
is $8.
Is it?
So
Well, I didn't-
skip
I-
lunch.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, yeah, you're right.
Skip lunch and buy his skin.
Yeah.
Drink water for lunch
Don't
instead.
go to McDonald's.
Hey guys, my birthday is on Monday.
It's true. That is truth. He's speaking truth over there.
He's a truth speaker.
Just
I
don't take a
spit's only
shower.
the truth.
Don't take any showers for a month and use that money to buy skins.
Okay, nice. So we also got Sun Wukong's voice pack and Sobek's voice pack, which includes the pirate Sobek. If you also own the pirate skin,
Did you get that,
Which-
Brent?
No.
Because you have
I
the
don't
skin.
have gems.
Oh.
Well, I thought I've heard you speak in the pirate lingo
Yeah,
while playing Sobek.
I
yeah.
think when he does like automated stuff,
Oh, like his
abilities.
attacks and abilities and stuff.
yeah, he does his pirate voice. But if you do like the voice
Oh,
commands,
yeah. You're right.
that he doesn't. So the other huge change we kind of alluded to earlier was worshippers and the god rank have changed. Now you only need they got rid of those 2 ranks that were kind of pre-1 on an adept and
Yeah.
conscript or something. And now rank 1 starts at 1, and then they basically go up from there till 10 is 1,000 gods still, or 1,000 worshippers still.
yeah.
And they've scaled. I think it's scaled for all of them. The in between ranks. Yeah.
It's 105 per level after rank 1, except from 9 to 10, and that's 110.
Okay.
So, yep.
It's a little weird.
Yeah.
So it's actually slightly more impressive to get to level 2 now
Yeah.
because it's 105
It's more to-
worshippers
yeah.
instead of 100.
That's
Yeah.
true. Yeah.
It's
So-
155.
Yeah, well, 105
So
between levels. I mean,
Right,
So-
but getting 2, you only need 155.
so I guess, well,
So
it's
you're
more
wrong.
impressive.
You're really wrong.
Mathematics.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to call you out, Kevin.
I don't.
So anyway, let's move on here before he does math properly.
that won't happen.
They
Don't
also changed the amount of worshipers you get. Yay, you get them for the rate of time. Everybody gets the same amount. Winning a conquest match gives you 5 additional. Winning a match of all other game modes gives you 4 additional. League gives you 5 additional. And so you basically get them every 4 minutes.
one
you'll
every
get
4
one
minutes, yeah.
In Conquest. Every 5 minutes you'll get 1 in all other game modes.
Yeah, and in an arena, it seems to, the average arena match seems to average out about 3 worshipers if you lose.
Yeah.
Oh, I was gonna say
Yeah.
you're not winning
Yeah.
much, son.
Yeah.
And
Now it's good because it is true that if you play a 40-minute game of Conquest, you should,
Yeah, you should get more worshippers for a 40-minute game of Conquest.
exactly, even if you
Yeah.
lose. So,
Because that's a lot of commitment right there.
yeah. So okay, the other big change, they added leagues finally with the bronze, silver, gold, platinum, and diamond tiers. Eventually, how this will work is each month, and that's how they're going to be doing it that fast. It's each month it's going to roll over, and the top 20 in each league will go into the next rank, and the bottom 20 will go into the lower rank. This first month, which is actually only 2 weeks,
Yeah.
they're going to be moving more up into the next league to try to get them filled out faster. It'll be interesting to see how it works because I'm not sure they did their math properly. Well, I mean, once diamond's filled, right? Where does the top 20 go?
it just stays
Yeah.
a diamond and is cool because it's a diamond.
So then there
Yeah,
will be
but-
120 in diamond the next time because you're not losing 20. Well, no, you are losing 20.
Yeah, the
you're
bottom
still losing
the bottom
20.
20 still is going to
but
go
you're
down
not losing
to
the
next.
top 20, right?
No, you're not losing the top 20. So it will.
See, so how does that work? Okay, you have 100%, right? 20% is supposed to move up into the next one, so you've got 80%.
Yeah.
20% moves down to the lower one. You've got 60%. No. I don't know. That's hard.
Oh, you're doing it.
Wes,
Math.
aren't you
That's
a math?
hard.
Aren't you a
120
mathematician?
go-
Can you help him?
I'm not
And then-
listening
oh,
to him.
20
I got a math
the-
degree. I'm not listening to what he
20 come
says.
up and 20 go down. So that's
Madness.
a nothing. That's a
Yeah,
no game.
that's null.
So you still have 80% in there.
Yeah.
Okay, I
But-
guess that's okay. So the top one, you're still gaining and losing 20%. So that evens up, and all the rest will just kind of gain more each time.
Yeah.
However, Brent, it also is a percentage. It's not a exact number,
Right.
and it's the percentage from the rank below it, right?
Well, no, in your current rank, 20% is going to go up, 20% is going to go down.
Yeah, but you're going to receive the 20% from the rank below you,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and that 20%
Actually,
will
yeah,
not be
the-
the same 20%
the-
as the rank you're in.
It'll be a
it'll
larger portion.
Well, the 20% from the tier below will cancel out the 20% that you're losing going down.
Well,
So
right, but that 20 going up.
it's
just-
a 20 that's
losing.
coming down
Oh,
to
that's
the other.
right.
Yeah.
Unless you're in diamond.
No, it's still in diamond. 20%
diamond is
going
still
up.
even, yeah, because you're not losing any up, and you're also not gaining any above you. You're just losing them down and then gaining them down from
And
up from
getting
below you.
more from below,
Yeah.
probably. This is such a stupid conversation. We'll see how it works.
Hey, Brent.
We'll all be in bronze anyway. What's up, son?
On
Well-
mathematics.
Oh, thank you. I will do no more
I'm gonna be
mathematics tonight.
silver. I'm gonna be
Silver.
fancy.
Like,
That
I
is
feel like we've been
fancy.
talking for an hour, and I'm already tired.
You're already
That's because we
tired
haven't
of
had
talking
Wes
for
to
an hour.
laugh and wake us all
So
up.
the other big change they did was the golds for kills, and there's a lot of talk on the Reddits about this because it's making it harder to get items basically because they're trying to reduce the steamrolling in matches and getting early kills and stuff. So they've reduced like the amount of money you get from kills, and so basically in the end you have less money and it's harder to buy stuff.
How does that help you at the beginning of the game?
Well, it's so it doesn't steamroll. So like
If you're getting more kills for each or more gold for each kill that you get, especially at the beginning of the game, then you can advance your build way faster than the opposite
Yeah,
team.
exactly. You know,
So-
like people being over leveled, and you're level 10, and it's like, oh, their Zeus is 16.
Yeah. Then
So
it's
it
just
kind of
like
evens it
surrender.
out on the lower levels, but as you progress in the match, if you're still killing someone over and over again, then your build's going to get better than theirs regardless. It just takes longer.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
they've also changed phoenixes. They now respawn and deal 50% less damage and have 50% reduced max health. And this will happen again if they spawn at 25%. No, they still spawn at 25% health. What? That's not written right. They reduce max health. It's a trap. Okay, yeah. They still respawn at 25% health of that 50%.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think what they were saying were you watching when they were releasing the patch notes? Like that happens each time they die. They keep getting that reduced amount, right?
Yeah.
Right,
I believe so, yeah.
So does it keep getting reduced until it's like,
So
I have one hit
after
point.
they've respawned 3 times, they'll do like no damage,
Yeah.
basically.
yeah, it would make, those ongoing, well,
That's
actually,
true. It would. Yeah, it would
Yeah.
make games not last as long. Which
well,
is good.
but, once players start hitting level 20, are they really that concerned with the Phoenixes at that point anyway? Like they are, but they're more to get their minions coming in as distractions while they wail on something.
Yeah.
But remember, like even when your whole team's level 20, you all just go in on the Phoenix.
Yeah.
You don't wait for your minions to distract it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it will change the game dynamic, but I'm not exactly sure how much, and I don't think it'll be that great of a change.
Yeah. Like I almost wonder if you're going at this rate, why not just say once you kill the Phoenixes, they're gone?
Well, but then they wouldn't be Phoenixes.
Well,
They have to rise. That's true.
They just be
You
like
got me on that one.
Firebirds.
Okay, so we'll move on. The K screen now, you can do your custom cast modes while you're playing. You hit the K screen and it brings up your abilities. You can pick insta cast or quick cast.
Yeah.
For
Unfortunately, for
each ability.
Yeah, for the god that I play most of the time, that's not really helpful, but I can definitely see where it's helpful for some other gods.
Yeah, like Chaga, like put them all. On
Yeah.
pretty much instant.
Like
Yeah.
Guan Yu healing? Come on.
Yeah.
You don't need to aim that.
Yeah. But for Neith, all of hers are very aim based.
The flip, maybe?
No, actually, that's aim based as well because
Well, but you don't have to sit there and...
in one of the matches we
It's
played
always going to be
earlier,
a cone in front of you.
well, but in one of the matches, because I'll hit it before I actually want to flip, and then I'll
Yeah.
spin around and flip.
Yeah, but
so it's ready.
But instead of like preempting it when you want to flip, just hit 3.
Don't try to change my game style.
What about
Tell
like
them what to do.
when you're getting silenced? Say you're stepping out of a Poseidon,
I can see
a
that.
Poseidon puddle, and you're hitting 3 and click, 3 and click, 3 and click, and just waiting for that silence to resolve. Instead of hitting 2 buttons all at once over and over again, you're just like 3, 3, 3, 3, 3.
Yeah,
And then bam.
I can see that, but there are cases where I clear minion waves with my flip sometimes.
Yeah, right. It's a good AOE, right?
Yeah.
So, well, one thing that I saw here that is very cool is jumping now interrupts melee hit progressions, which means when you're getting hit over and over with a basic attack, you can interrupt that and then do an ability.
No, that's not what it means. It means if
What does it really mean?
you are
What does it really
doing-
mean?
You are incorrect, apparently.
No.
when you're hitting.
yeah, it interrupts you hitting.
Oh,
them.
if you're shooting somebody and you jump, you.
So I've
just
been jumping
basically
around
effed
like
your
an
stuff
idiot?
up.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's just for fun. Don't ever use it for serious play. 'Cause It's just
You, in particular, have been jumping around
Actually-
like an idiot.
And it sounds like what they've done is basically added something for something that we talked about right when Jump was introduced, which is people using Jump just to troll and run around jumping
Right.
Yeah.
while they're
But now they can't as much.
Yeah, it's a deterrent from just running around jumping because you're interrupting your stuff.
yeah.
So
I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought.
It's
somewhere
okay.
in there.
It's okay. We put it back on the
many
tracks and we got it rolling.
So now jumping is not good at all, ever.
Well, that's the point. It's supposed to just be
It's for
funny.
fun.
It's just for fun, but they're
Yeah.
putting something in there so you don't do it all the time.
So-
Like you don't have Loki running around the map, jumping, kill, jumping,
Right.
jumping, kill.
Why not?
So why not say that jumping now interrupts your melee hit progression?
I don't know because they worded it poorly.
Well, they did. Because
Yeah.
I'm jumping around like an idiot thinking I'm interrupting someone else's progression so that I can do an ability.
It's like, ha ha ha! You can't kill. Oh, you killed me. What the hell?
Yeah. And they're just like, oh, some nub jumping around like a fool. So when are
You
they going to
weren't
add
playing like Guan Yu.
when are they going to add /dance to the game? So I can just sit there and dance.
Probably
Next
coming.
patch.
Hope
Gotta
so.
dance.
VED.
BED?
They're gonna add it when they
Yeah.
release
BED.
Fenrir.
Oh, I thought that was a venereal disease.
It could it's close.
Yeah.
It's close. Okay, one thing they did change, which is, I don't know, it's odd to me a little bit, but they changed the minimum surrender time to 15 minutes.
And I
No.
can kind of see that because
Oh no, I
There-
didn't even notice that.
yeah, there are a lot of times. Hell, there was at least 5 matches I played today where I'm just pounding at F6 going, I want
Really?
out.
You're that
I want
guy.
out.
It's really
You're that
bad.
guy.
Oh, sorry.
Well, and okay, I think there should be some stipulations though. Like if you lose a team member who's
Yeah.
away for more than a minute or
Yeah.
something, or 2
I-
minutes,
Yeah.
it should automatically let you surrender.
Yeah, I
Not 10 minutes, not 15. Just
hell, I think if you start a match and you lose a team member in the first minute and they're gone for more than a minute, then the other teammates should have the option to hit F6 and
Yeah.
surrender.
yeah, and I'm sure they have stats right on to see like, okay, when people lose connection, the average time they get back,
Yeah.
is usually this. Let's go off that and then up it just a little bit.
Just
give some
to
leeway.
have some leeway.
Right.
But there's been so many matches where I've started the match, bought all my stuff, and before I've gotten out of the base, a teammate has disconnected.
Yeah.
And then they'll log back in once, and then they disconnect again, and then they don't try again. And it's like, oh, well, we're at a one-man disadvantage already.
Yeah.
And it just goes downhill from there. And I'm like, oh, I got to wait 10 minutes, and now I have to wait 15 minutes?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
not the best fun adventure time that I want.
Yeah. Because even then, it still takes 3 of you to hit it. Right?
Yeah, and you always have that one douche that doesn't want to surrender. It's like, no, we can do
douche.
it. We can do it. We're down by like 150 points, and you just died. Like you hit F7 when you were back at base buying stuff.
Yeah.
No, let's just surrender and try again.
Yeah.
To be fair, though, there are times when people surrender. Like,
Oh.
we only have 5 towers up, and they have 6 towers up. We should probably surrender.
I
Yeah.
was in an
Yeah.
arena where someone tried to surrender, and we were winning.
Yeah, no, I get that a lot.
That's happened to me too.
Like somebody dies, we're down. We're like 10. They have 10 kills. We have 9, but we're winning on tickets. And they're like, "Oh, we should surrender." And I'm like, "What do you mean we're winning on tickets? What the hell are you talking
Yeah.
about?"
No, Wes, you don't understand. I was in a match where we were up by 80, and someone tried to surrender.
Wow.
Wait.
What if they
He
made
was
this
probably
change?
smurfing.
What
Yeah.
if they made this change? If they said, okay, from 1 to 10, everybody has to agree to surrender the match. 1 to 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And then 10 to 15, it has to be 80% or whatever the
Yeah.
percentage is.
Yeah.
No, I like that.
And then keep it at that. Right?
Yeah. But like I said, I had a match where we were up by 80 tickets, and we ultimately won.
Right.
It was slimmer because
Right,
the
but
guy
you're not
that
going to vote for it.
Yeah.
And probably no
Yeah,
one else but the
exactly.
dumbass who did.
Yeah.
Right?
One guy's
So-
dumb. Everyone else is going to be like, what do you know? We're winning.
And honestly, that's not a far stretch to accidentally hit F6. If you're trying to hit your F5
No.
ability.
in this case, I knew the guy was serious because of the chat that followed.
He had to go to dinner or something.
Well, it was one of those. But if he had said that, I'm sure everybody on the team was like, "Oh, we understand," and hit F6. But no, he just
But no.
bitched at us about
I'm ju-
us voting down. It's like we're winning. Why would you think that we would vote to surrender
Yeah.
when we're winning by 80 tickets?
Yeah.
That is stupid.
Jeez.
I think you have
Give
too
us
much
a
faith.
logical explanation of why we should do that, then maybe we would. But you didn't. You just tried to get us to vote for that without saying anything, and then bitched at us when we didn't agree with you.
Yeah.
Rightly so.
Yeah. We,
Okay, well, there's a few more changes and a ton of item changes. I'm not about to go through.
Oh,
all
yeah,
item
the-
changes.
the-
I'm just
we
not
might as
gonna
well
do it.
save that.
They
I mean, there's
they
some
have
fatalists. There's some beatdown stick action. There's a lot of stuff.
they have thrown my build upside down.
So yeah,
Kin's
so
blades.
you're and even just reading them isn't going to help you. You're just going to have to play the game.
Yeah,
and,
like because I
try some
read
stuff out.
like Transcendence. I
So
read
now
the
you're
description.
talking about it.
Just one item. I read the description and I'm like, oh, they added another tier 3 option to that. I'll try that. And I tried it because it sounded really good in the description. It wasn't so good in my actual build.
No.
Yeah.
I'll remember that.
I think one little patch note that's interesting is that they reorganized the games files to make the initial download smaller.
Yeah.
Yeah, trying to get more people to play.
Yeah. So for this particular patch, it might take a little longer to get everything organized, but subsequent patches should be quicker.
Well, it's not for us; it's for new players.
Well, yeah,
when new players are not. Which is a good thing. You know, they had a post on the Reddit, which was I think from High Res Erez, who was basically asking, "How can we get your friends to play?"
Yep.
And basically everybody was saying, "You fix the lag." Like that's.
Well, a lot of them were saying to also optimize it a lot because it's pretty high end actually.
Yeah, like and didn't they have some patches that or some fixes that address optimization in this one? I thought I read that, but I might be hallucinating.
No, I think you're right. I think every patch they try to optimize this or that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This
one they actually added new levels for the.
That's what I read.
Settings.
The setting levels. Yeah.
They're low, medium, high, very high, and maximum.
Yeah.
And maximum actually the shadows are different in maximum.
Really?
That's all I noticed. I had it on the highest settings before, and now I put it on maximum, and the only thing that was different was the shading. The shadows were much more prominent. Which looked cool. I mean, it looked nice, but that was the only thing I noticed, really. So.
I need to check that out at 12 frames per second.
It's 12 frames. Well, and we're probably not going to do a show next week. We're going to going to Minecon. We'll just have to see if we have time when we get.
What are you talking about? I was planning on breaking in and doing the show.
Okay.
Afro-Monkey and I will do the show.
Yeah, y'all do the show. Yeah, we'll put it up. Don't call each other on Skype and record it.
Really, get to work.
That's a horrible idea.
No, it's not. You do the damn show and you like it.
Yeah. It'll be a little experiment like us playing and talking at the same time. I'm sure it'll go over just as well.
What's that supposed to mean, Brent?
Excellent.
I don't know,
Love
Mr.
this.
Wes's penis.
Whoa.
Where'd the show turn?
But I played trombone, so.
Oh, yeah.
Hey.
Wes, have you even been here?
So there's more than one thing in pants in Wes's pants getting blown.
Whoa.
Wes is tired.
Right? No.
See what happens, Good. See what's happening here on a non-censored show or censored show.
It just goes out of control.
Yeah.
Control. So fine folks who listen to Smite.
And I'm one of them. So.
Smite on!
Nice.
Local recording is unrecorded.
Nice job. Bye. Bye.
Wait, I didn't. The show's over? Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was happening.
Did you have something to talk about?
You'll take it and you like it.
Sucks for you, huh?
I actually didn't know what was going on either. I just saw them put their hands up, and I'm like, oh, we're ending the show.
And then I heard the Smite on thing. Yeah, and I was like, oh, I guess the show's over.